Tonight we're going to talk to Liz Hendricks. She just completed the Metabolic Body Reset program with our office, the 6-week program, and she's got some interesting results. And we're just going to go real quick. If anybody wants to say hello, real quick, and tell us where you're from. If you're watching this live, just post your name and in the comments, and then we'll see how it's going. The same goes for questions during the presentation, during the interview, whatever you want to call this, the live. If you have a question, just post it. You see me looking down or looking over, I'm trying to get 2 or 3 different screens at the same time so I can keep track of all that. So, we might as well get started. We respect Liz's time. Liz, you tell us a little bit about your story, about why you wanted to do this program and what was going on.
Well, I was diagnosed about 5 years ago with the thyroid, the Hashimoto, and I also was diagnosed with Lyme's disease. And since then, gained a lot of weight, been on several different medications just to try to even help my inflammation, try to help my weight, try to give me more energy. And I, for almost 5 years, been in like a holding pattern and couldn't seem to lose a pound. If I lost a pound, it was because I starved myself. Okay. So basically just trying to find something that was going to be a happy medium for me and that would work for me, because also I had to go on a gluten-free diet because of my gut issues that I had. And everybody kept saying, oh, that's going to help. Well, nothing helped. I gained more weight. Okay. And so that's basically, my story is to try to find something. I got so disgusted with everything.
You had tried some other things?
Yeah, I even tried to do like a fasting.
Intermittent fasting?
Yeah, like an intermittent fasting, something to where I wasn't eating in the morning and just eating like lunch and dinner and then a snack maybe at night, but then really that didn't work either. So I basically ran into roadblock, and then I started with like maybe protein shakes, trying to see like, okay, maybe I can try them in the morning, try them at night so I don't eat a big dinner. But it's still nothing. My doctor had changed my medicine like 4 or 5 times. So nothing worked. And
during this time, I mean, you're pretty active.
Yes. Yep. And that was the hard part. I mean, me and my husband, we go for walks. We go kayaking, we go biking. I'm with my grandkids all the time, constantly. And I work a full-time job, and I volunteer at church. You name it, I do it. But by the end of the night, I am totally exhausted. And when I say that, it's like I have no more energy left. So that was before this.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So where did you start from at the beginning of the 6 weeks? And you don't have to tell me your weight, your number, but
I will tell everybody. I'm not ashamed of it, because that's what's going to help other people. I'm only 5 foot and I was 180 pounds, and never in my whole life was I 180 pounds. At the heaviest I ever was 140, and that was back in my late 40s. So, but you can see how much weight I have gained almost 15 years, and it's just kept going. So, yeah. So, yeah, so that's basically where I started from. So
well, let's jump to the end of 6 weeks. Where'd you end up in weight?
Oh my gosh. I think it was like 159?
159, 21 pounds.
Yeah, 159, and the energy was incredible. And when I tell you that, it was like I was walking without even having to like take a break. My legs weren't hurting. I had no inflammation. It was just amazing what the 6 weeks has done for my body and for my inflammation. No more taking an Advil every couple days or an Aleve to try to help some of my pain, but that's all gone. So.
And you did a checkbox. You talked about positive. People had made positive comments about your weight.
Yeah.
You had decreased headaches.
Decreased headaches, definitely. The headaches, my migraines were part of my. It's part of the Lyme's plus the thyroid, the inflammation, but the no more headaches for almost, well, now it'll be like what, 9-10 weeks.
Yeah, we come up on 9 weeks at this point.
No headaches.
No headaches, no ibuprofen. What a wonderful thing.
No, I haven't taken any. The bottle's still in there, and it's sitting there. It just awesome. I haven't taken it. So
awesome. How's your sleep been?
Wonderful. I can sleep at night. I go to bed at night, and when I hit the pillow, I'm tired. I go to bed, and I get up anywhere between 4:30 and 5 o'clock in the morning. My husband gets up and leaves for work, so I do get up, and I start my day. It's pretty early for some people, but I usually in bed by 10.
And with Hashimoto's hypothyroid, usually sleep is a big issue.
It's terrible. I mean, you can go to sleep, but you're not sleeping most of the night. You're so restless, and then you wake up and you're totally exhausted and wiped out. So.
And that's changed.
That's definitely changed. I didn't even want to get out of bed 2 months ago. There were some mornings I would sleep in until I'm ready to go to work, and have to shuffle out of bed and take an Advil,
Well, let me ask you this, because I know your grandkids are a big part of your life.
Yes.
How do they like your energy?
Oh my gosh, they love it. We went bowling I think it was 2 weeks ago, and oh my gosh, just bowling and with them, and I can actually go up there and throw a bowling ball without having to say, oh my gosh. I'm like, okay, I got to get through this for them too. But yeah, it was amazing. And I could sit on the floor. That was the one thing that I was so happy with, is I could actually sit on the floor with my little 2 twin grandbabies and play around, and it just makes it so much better. I could actually sit Indian style. Legs don't hurt no more. Yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. And so I remember us talking about halfway through the program, you were telling me about your fingers.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That was the first thing that I noticed, was that my fingers, I actually have fingers. They look like sausages, or they were swollen all the time. And the work that I do, I work in accounting, accounts receivable, and I do credit and collections, and you're constantly on the phone, constantly working on the computer. So it's by the end of the day, my fingers were swollen and hurting, but now they're not.
That's awesome.
Rings fit better. Don't have to push them on. So
one of the other items you checked off was better clarity of thought.
Yes, much so. Where I'm, because I guess with the thyroid too, is your concentration is it's hard. It is hard to concentrate a lot, and just knowing that I had this in the back of my head, I'm thinking, oh, what else could I do? But this program has helped me really think. I can actually focus. I actually come home and I actually can do my own banking, my own computer work, where before I didn't even want to get on the computer. I didn't even want to touch the phone. I didn't, it was that kind of a situation. So
nice. So that brain fog, that's the term that usually thrown around with hypothyroid.
Yes, and also with the migraines, then the migraines would come. So then you take a pill, you could try to go lay down. You might sleep for maybe a half hour, an hour, but then your mind starts going different places.
So you also noted you had more motivation as
Absolutely. I can do more. I feel like when I come home, I look around, I'm like, okay, what can I do? Or closets need to be clean. But I was always kind of like an OCD kind of person anyway, but now I feel like I can do more.
And, I know you and I know your family, and you cook a lot for yourself based on where you were at before you started this program. So tell us a little bit, like how was the food choices? How were the food choices? Because it's not a box meal, it's not a packaged meal. I mean, you're making fresh food.
Fresh food, which is good because you know me, I'm a gardener, so fresh is good. I shop at a lot of Whole Foods kind of places, especially like Wegmans. I don't know if I could say that, but I shop at places that have organic food. I also have an organic farm that I go to. Plus, I'm going
to interrupt for 1 second because I just saw, I believe it's a friend of yours, Jackie.
Yes.
She said she is your headache. So you can't see the comments, but I'm going to pass them on to you, okay?
She's not my headache. She's actually my friend at work that has actually encouraged me.
Awesome.
And I encourage her, and every day we go for a walk and we see what we eat for our meals. She sees what I eat, I see what she eats, and she's kind of like she needs some encouragement too, as much as I. So yeah.
Awesome. That's great. It's great to have I'll call it a teammate, but just somebody there who can bounce ideas off of, talk to.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you, Jackie.
Yes. But getting back to the food choices were very easy for me because that's mostly what we eat anyway. The free foods, like the free vegetables, is what I really did live on a lot. Tell you that, like if I really, really get hungry because I got up so early in the morning, like around 10 o'clock, I would have peppers and I would cut these peppers up or the celery, and I would eat them, and they were so satisfying. And I have to tell you too, like 2 weeks into this, the food and the choices that I made taste so much better. Okay. Now I've been eating most of my life with fruits and vegetables and meats that are organic, but this time, I guess my taste buds were changing too, getting rid of all of the other stuff that was in between and just eating clean food. The choices, you just have to be creative. That's it. The whole thing about this is being prepared and be creative.
Yes, very much so. So a little bit of background on it. You get protein, you get vegetables, you get fruit, you get free vegetables, which you can eat as much of as you want, which is what she's talking about as the snack to carry her through. But you're right. Your taste buds, they sort of explode.
Yeah. Like
all of a sudden you're like, wow, I really can taste this pepper. It's amazing.
Yes. Most definite, because that's the whole thing. You want to be able to enjoy what you're eating and really enjoy it and not so much miss the stuff that you were putting in your body that was making you feel really bad. So, but that's where I was.
I mean, you did wonderful just looking at the pounds. 21 pounds is great in 6 weeks. But, some of the other numbers, 3 inches off your waist in that time period, 4 inches off your hips, 3 inches off your thighs. So how's your clothes?
Good. I actually went out and before it was like extra large tops. Now I'm fitting in large, and some are mediums. Pants, I haven't really went too much yet with the pants, but my pants are baggy. And my friend Jackie will probably tell you that because she she looked at me the other day and she said, "Oh, girl, you need new pants, or your shirt, But yeah, I definitely have noticed a big difference in my clothes. But it's awesome. It's an awesome feeling. I actually feel smaller, in them areas.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So you, October 11th, finished up the program. That was the end of your 6 weeks. So you
Yes.
dropped to 21 pounds and the inches off the waist, hips, and thighs. But Liz was a little different than a lot of people. She had blood work done in June, and then had a follow-up appointment with her primary on the 15th of October. I think the blood was drawn again, the same panel. And what did your primary have to say?
She called when she got the results, she called me right away. She says, "You're coming in here, right?" She said, "We're not doing this over the phone." And I said, "Oh, so you don't want to go over my numbers over the phone?" She goes, "No, I want you in here and I want to see you." And as soon as I walked in, she was like, "Oh my gosh," like she hadn't seen me since June, and she was amazed. And then she asked me what I did, and I told her all about it, and she was just blown away by it. And she said to me, "You tell everybody, what you've been through. Tell everybody,
Yeah.
And she also wanted me to make sure I was accountable to somebody. And I said, "Don't worry, I am. I have a lot of people in my corner, and one is you, Dr. Bennett. For even trying to just take me on and help me, guide me."
No,
And
it was our pleasure. But you just talked about something that I usually forget to talk about: accountability.
yeah,
And so we have that private Facebook group that,
yes,
it's only people who are doing the program or have done the program, but it's everybody in the same situation. And it's it's a good place to exchange recipes and,
mm-hmm.
get pumped up when you accomplish a goal. Because what we do is every 5 pounds you lose, you get to post a bell and everybody sort of jumps on. And I can see the smile on your face. It's a big boost. Yeah, you're like, yes.
Yeah. And it took a while, but you know what? I did it, and you can ring them bells, um, and yes, like if there's somebody else that's struggling, you can actually say, "Hey, are you doing something different? Am I not doing something different? Is there a recipe that I need, or can you show me how to do this?" So I think that's a good thing.
Yeah,
So
it's very nice when you have that support. And
yes,
it's
I think
only
you
the
need
people.
you need
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. Absolutely. So we'll step back to your primary for a minute because I have some of the numbers in front of me.
Yes,
Um, Specifically your A1C, which was in June in the diabetic range,
yes.
and in October came out of the diabetic range and dropped down into the pre-diabetic range. And I imagine she was happy, and you're happy.
Yeah, she was like, that's what she wanted to see. She said to me, she said, it's probably even going to be better come January now because um I'm still in the maintenance phase now too.
Mhm.
But it's probably going to be better when it's drawn again because they go back a couple months. But this is but she's very happy with them numbers because she doesn't want to put me on any medicine. She doesn't want to see me go on medicine that I might not have to be if I make the
Absolutely.
right choices in food.
And I should explain, A1C is your hemoglobin with the sugar for a 90-day window, not just a daily snapshot of, your blood
Yeah,
glucose that's drawn that day.
right.
So moving those numbers are big. That's big positive results.
Yes.
The other ones I noted were your cholesterol dropped
Yes.
from bad range to good range.
Yes.
LDL, the same thing.
Yep.
Your cholesterol HDL ratio drops from bad to in the just on the normal range.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's awesome, and that was great to be able to see that pre and
Yes.
post, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Um,
So
so
I'm
you're in.
hoping for better results too come January.
Oh, absolutely! I can't wait to see them. I can't
Yeah.
wait to see them. So you're on the maintenance phase,
Yes.
and how you doing? You're
I am doing wonderful. I mean, I can't even tell you. I have added some things in the morning, but the first week, I do have to tell you, I tried to add like creamer in like coffee or like my tea, and that didn't go so good. I think my body just said, okay, we're not going to have that. Doesn't mean I'm never going to have it. It's just I had to do a little bit at a time, and so now I'm only down to like 1 teaspoon, if that, to put in there. I started with an egg. Added 1 egg back in the morning, and that seems to be fine. And my weight has been amazing. I mean, we have even went on trips, and I have taken stuff with me, and I have made the right choices with food, and I'm still the same. Nothing has changed, you know.
and
So,
that's what we're looking for, locking in that new metabolism.
yeah, it's there, and I know, and like I said, I'm eating a little bit more now, but not like overboard where I'm like, okay, load on stuff. I don't do that. And I'm still eating like 4 ounces of meat, 4 ounces of protein, and then the vegetables. And then I did add maybe a little bit of like a rice, like a starch, but that's only maybe 1 or 2 times a week, if that. So that's what's changed, but nothing else.
Awesome.
Trying to make the right choices for foods.
And you and I are still in touch every other day or so, just to make sure that sticks with that number. But you have reached that stage now of being locked in, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So I mean, great job, because we're in touch from the office with Liz and with the other participants every day, every other day, because it's the doctor supervised. So we want to know what's going on, how it's going, and if there's an issue, to be able to address it right away. Okay, don't eat that, eat this, try this, more water, those kinds of things.
Yeah.
So how's Butch like the new Liz?
He likes it. He even said, he goes, well, I think I made the comment that he says, wow, you look amazing. So that was like, made me feel really good. He goes, oh, I need to make one other comment.
Yeah.
He says, you're melting away. But I said, not yet. I still have some that I will be back doing in January. And I still have some to go, but that's okay. I know I'm going to get there. And this is definitely the right choice for me.
Awesome.
It'll be the right choice for other people that are looking,
Well, and that's the next question, the last question. What would you like to say to anybody who's sitting on the fence about doing this or not doing this?
Don't sit too long. I feel like I wasted, well, not wasted, but for 5 years I was looking for something and couldn't totally grasp what I needed or what would boost me to get to where I'm at. And everything that I've tried didn't work. So I would tell people, please give it a try. It's so worth it. And in the long run, you're going to change how you feel and how you think about foods. And then also your body is going to love it because it's just going to gain all of that nutrients that it really does need instead of all the other junk that you put in. So, and it's the best thing you could do for yourself. That's the only thing I can say is, and I am so glad that I made that choice in August to call you and say, hey, I want to do this because I just couldn't do it anymore. Well, I couldn't keep feeling bad anymore. I had to do something. So.
So, I'm going to point something out there. Liz made a very, very good point. She was ready and she made the commitment. And you have to be there and ready to make the commitment. But you also got to understand, on September 2nd, you were 21 pounds heavier.
I know.
We're 2 months.
It was horrible.
8 weeks.
I don't want to go back there.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. And you're doing great. You're doing awesome. One of the things we offer for people who are, and I know I talked to you on the phone when we were discussing it, and I'll post the link in the comment section afterwards.
Yes.
You can schedule a phone call with me for 15 minutes to go over if the program would be a good fit for you.
Yes.
Because it's different for everybody. Everybody's in a different place at a different time.
Right.
So, I always suggest that first rather than just jumping in, because we can talk about it. And I know we did, and I've talked to many people about it. And we're coming up on the holiday season. So I can't wait to see what the Facebook group recipes come up with.
Yeah, we have to post them there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So is there any last thing you'd like to say? I want to say thank you for participating. Thank you for coming on to tell people your story.
Thank you for helping me, and thank you for guiding me to this, because I think what it is, it's a hard decision for some people to think, oh, I can never do it, or I can never give that up. But you know what? You can. And it's just, you really have to want it. And I was at that point. I really did want to feel better. And I was tired of changing medications constantly to try to find what one was going to work. And, my doctor's even thinking about taking my thyroid and bumping it down instead of bumping it up. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. That puts a big smile on my face.
Yes, me too.
Hearing that.
Too. Because I would love to eventually someday have to say I don't take that.
Awesome.
But yeah, definitely on the right track.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? I don't say this enough, but and I don't even know if I mentioned to you, that Facebook group, you're in it until you want out of it. Whether
I don't want
out program or not. You're in
I'll stay.
So
I'll stay in it.
Awesome. So, I just want to thank everybody. I'm sure in 5 seconds, as soon as we sign off, I'm going to think of some questions that I should have asked you. But if anybody has any questions, you can post them in the comments. I can see them here. We can answer them real quick if you have a question.
But there is one thing I do have to say.
Yeah.
The first week, I think I had mentioned it to you. I went shopping, and most of the shopping I do is, like I said, at Wegmans or organic or the farm. And 90% of the store is awful. And 10% is the stuff that you really should be putting in your body.
Absolutely.
That was a big eye-opening for me. So.
Yeah. No, it's absolutely true. And you read some of the labels and you're like, you can't even pronounce some of the stuff.
Why are we putting it in our bodies, right?
Exactly. That's exactly right. So I really appreciate your time tonight.
You're welcome.
I know you got a busy schedule with the grandkids and church and family and work and everything. But
yep.
I definitely appreciate it. And I know there are people out there who are going to hear this and they're going to say, and they're going to relate to what you're saying and hear what you're saying. So
I hope so. And hopefully they call you. It's definitely worth
it. Liz, it's been a pleasure, and I'll be talking to you probably in the next day or so.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. Have a good night. Thanks, everybody, for watching, listening. I mean, if you're watching the recording, thank you very much. If you want to post a comment, a question on the recording, I'll be looking at them every so often, and I'll be able to answer them for you. Thank you. I'll post the website where you can watch a couple other interviews, see some of the pre and post photographs. some of the comments that people have made who are on the program about what they're experiencing are also on that webpage. And then I'll also post where you can just go to a link to talk to me and discuss the program. And, don't get confined to, okay, the holidays are coming up, because with the holidays coming up, we're already looking forward to the new year coming up. And I know everybody has that resolution of, in the new year, I'm going to do this X, Y, and Z, and I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to go to the gym and everything. So we're starting to plan for that. So if you're interested, you want to talk to us now, get an idea of what you want to do, and plan it out accordingly. So, again, thank you very, very much, Liz. And I'll be talking to you.
Welcome. Yep, no problem. Okay.
Have a good night. Thank you.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.